Hope everyone's having an alright day. Good weekend. Howdy, UA, hun. Good to see you. Howdy, Tommy. Gay, gay, homosexual, gay. Excellent. Love it. Hope everyone's doing good. I have not played this game before. It's Phantasy Star III. I've played other Phantasy Star games, but I know this one game audio is competing with my voice. Thank you. Let me figure something for that. Let me figure volume things. Holy shit, this game is loud. I already even turned it down. Awesome. Is this any better at all? Was it, okay. Okay. So yeah, I haven't played this game before. If anything terrible happens, I've not been here. I've played other Phantasy Star games. This one is kind of seen as the black sheep. I have a soft spot for the black sheep. So I wanted to give it a try. Howdy, Arrow. I'm gonna read this here. Sacrifice their lives to vanquish her. 1,000 years have passed since then. Link's Awakening. On the beaches of Orakio's former homeland, a girl stricken with amnesia was washed ashore. Link's Awakening. Haven't played this one in a long time. Love all of them though. So I have played some of the other Phantasy Stars. I have not played this one. Yes, no data. We'll go with a fairly fast message speed. 1,000 years ago, a witch named Laya was born. She created an army of monsters with which to conquer the world. The hero, Orakio, however, raised an army of robots and opposed Laya. Clankers, you say? Okay. These two armies rent the world. War raged, and in the end, Orakio and Laya confronted each other, drew, struck, and vanished from the earth. The descendants of those who fought alongside Laya in those days call themselves Lions, and the descendants of Orakio's supporters call themselves Orakians. The war laid waste to a flourishing civilization so advanced it once traveled the stars, and the people regressed to a medieval way of life. Howdy, Lace. Didn't know this was Helldivers. It's a future where we go back to medieval times. Sounds like the gist we were just given, yeah. But yeah, this game is considered the black sheep. I know development was rushed, and there's a lot of bugs with this game. You can actually soft lock this game right at the beginning, which is kind of funny. Leather boots. Garment. Did I start with any items? Just my equipment. Okay. Prince Kind, Miss Marina is waiting for you in the castle. But yeah, this game intrigues me because not only do I have a fondness for the black sheep, but it's supposedly a generational story. It has a branching narrative with multiple endings, so I'm just curious. It has things that I like in stories. So I'm gonna give it a fair shot. And make a decision on my own. The only thing I know about it is the things I just told you, and the fact that you can soft lock the game at the beginning, and I know how to do it, because funny glitch videos, I watch them. Okay, this is where I revive people if they're killed, I guess. Final Fantasy Church kind of thing. Fortunes told for 10 Meseta, the music in here. Alright. The residents of Free Kingdom's royal city are celebrating the prince's wedding. No comment about how my face is dirty in the fountain water. Prince Kind, congratulations on your marriage to Miss Marina. Okay, that's our fiance. I see. Brought some wilted flowers back to life. I thought people die when they're killed. Damn, we got hitched. I guess we're getting hitched. Okay, there's armor here. When I get some money, I don't have any at the moment. RPG town things. I pity the princess of the neighboring kingdom to whom Prince Kind is betrothed. Oh dear. Political alliance marriage, I suppose. Said we regress to a medieval way of life, so I suppose that would be included, yeah? The power of the hero Rakia will protect you from Laya, goddess of darkness. Is Loptus the only god these people have? Those types of marriages always go well. The Habsburgs are marrying into so many royal families, they might start marrying each other. More congratulations. Alright, we're getting plenty of set dressing here for what's going on at the start. I am going to look around for hidden things. Oh, there's an entrance up here. There's the king, I presume. Prince Kind. Some empty rooms here. That is this is definitely Sega Genesis music. Now my heart is untroubled. Oh, this is the amnesia girl we heard about in the beginning. Yeah, even Final Fantasy had more than empty rooms in it. There's stuff to find, but you know, again, development presumably quite rushed for this game, so cut it some slack. Knights in the service of the royal family of Riik. Riik! I, kind Sarik, do proclaim that here today, Marina and I... Ha ha ha! I am a disciple of Laia. I am taking Princess Marina. I win this time, He-Man! Okay. Just you wait, disciple of Laia. Knights of the Lakes. Knights of the Mountains. Knights of the Forest. We are going to seek out and destroy Laia's clan. Fool, what do you think you're doing? Calling out the royal knights and rushing off to start a war, all to chase after some lions whose whereabouts you don't even know. Knights of Sidonia! Wait, wrong night. We're getting thrown the dungeon for a bit. Oh, hey, money. Knife inside. Yeah, so this is where you can soft lock the game, I think. If you go and sell your, if you go and sell some of your equipment right away, you can buy a telepipe and use it to whoomp out of this dungeon, and it soft locks the game. Lena, I'll help you escape. Tunneled out. Can I use any of the shops, or are we just... Yes, excellent. Let's get a shield for my left hand here. Game, you good? Okay, okay. I don't know what this does. Monitor. But... I'll figure it out at some point. If nothing else, I'm sure there's a manual I could look up somewhere. This game. They gave me a knife for free, but... If I sell that, I could get this. Which is presumably better? . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Oh, interesting. This takes, this is held in both hands. I see. Two-handed sword. Alright, well. Trial and error. We learn. Hey, Rappies! Oh, these icons are descriptive. Death Sega music. Yeah, this is the fartiest battle music I've ever heard. Oh, this is clunky. And these Rappies are worth nothing. Is this auto fight? Okay, yeah, this auto battle. That, auto battles. Cool. Just giving Genesis Spider-Man a run for its money in terms of crappy music. It's pretty bad. That battle theme, this battle theme is at least. Although that sounded big good. I think the other wind up with one turn next to it, autos for one turn. That might be, yeah. Either that or it plays out whatever actions I've chosen, because even when I go over here and choose an action, like it defaults over there, so I think I queue up my actions and I press that to play out the turn. Something like that. Okay, this thing is about to absolutely kill me. Fun. Alright. Went the wrong way, kind of an occupational hazard in this kind of game. And we just gotta sit through this, huh? Went the wrong path. Yeah, it probably wasn't meant to go that way. Again, occupational hazard with old RPGs. You just kind of gotta try things and make mistakes. But yeah, none of my buttons are skipping this, so I think I just gotta watch this play out. Yeah, I'm not gonna give a game that was made by an entirely new team and rushed too much shit. Because that is the things I know about this game. So I'm inclined to be a little more charitable. Thankfully, we can speed through all this now. We know where the stuff is. What I know is that the team who made this had not worked on the first two Phantasy Star games. They were pretty fresh, and they were crunched. So, yeah. Gonna go for a charitable interpretation. The way the ha-ha-ha is typed just makes me think, ha-ha-ha-ha! Time crunches always ruin the potential a game has, and it's sad, yeah. I'm just gonna figure out what the monitor does too while we're here. Just give it a shot. Can't. Okay, I can't use it right now. I am still gonna buy the shield, however. And maybe leather armor. So. Oh, hang on. Next, leather armor. Nice. Keeping the knife, yeah. So I can equip the shield and see if that, I wasn't taking much damage from these things anyway, but This is enough. And I can probably afford a couple of healing items before I go too. Gotta buy them one at a time. Oh, buddy. I'm gonna buy an ocarina. I think that's a telepipe or something. Rappies are no threat. See, this music is better. Okay, see, there was a town down here. Port town of Yata. The old man who runs the ferry's a hopeless lech. It's a real problem. The fellow hanging around the fountains in a white outfit, that's him. Any different weapons in here? Quite a bit, actually. In this world, those called Arakians are people of light, and those called lions are people of darkness. I've never seen a lion myself, though. Kinda reminds me of Marth. He does look a bit like Marth, doesn't he? Do I have any techniques at the moment? Do not, it would appear. Laya's people wield mysterious powers. They're trying to use them to take over the world. Are they, though? There's nothing in it for me in ferrying a man across. Okay, these three are marked as shops, but what's this house? For all we know, they could only be robbing a bank. So if I follow the shoreline along, I'll come to a new town. Oh, jeez. That looks, terrifying. Howdy, crazy. Yeah, Baa Black Sheep, I think. That's what I hear. Thank you for the resub. How you doing? The hell is that? Your guess is as good as mine. I'm not gonna find out. A Monomate fully heals me at this point. I mean, I am level 1. Look at this weird architecture going on here. 1,000 years ago, but the old man won't let you unless you have a woman with you. Isn't there somewhere I can find a girl? The girl never blinked. She has to be a lion. That's all I'm gonna see here. Or hang on. Did I go into this house? I did. There's nothing here. At least for now. If she doesn't blink, she's probably a witch. Oh, here we go. Here's the monitor. Map of some kind. The magic system for Phantasy Star III is the most convoluted system, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to do some good damage. Fair. She's probably a witch, they said to the corpse. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, one of these is gonna be an inn, I think. This one, I think. So that's probably where we save. Yeah. Be careful out there. I disagree, game. I think there's something very unusual here. What's getting me right now crazy is these very descriptive icons on the battle screen that have no text to tell me what options do. I've figured out that this is auto battle, and I've kind of figured out how to do it. Should be able to save without sleeping at the end, just say no first. Oh, and then they'll still ask, do you want to save the game? Okay. Valid. Like, so this is choosing an attack, and then I press this to actually play out the turn. Nothing weird here, they said about the Eldritch Nightmare. Like, I think I get it. This is running away. This is auto battle here. This makes sense. Weapon, magic, item, defend. And then this does whatever actions I've chosen, but like, it's just odd how they choose. Like, normally if I choose to like go to commands, right, I surprise the enemy. Like, normally if I do this, and I pick my character, command, attack enemy, then it would just go. But instead I have to click this to do the queued action. It's quite strange. Okay, they said something about a forest here in northeast forest, and I'm still only finding rappies, so gonna keep going this way. A compass would help. Hey, I gained a level. Wow, don't even show me my stat changes. Just make me go look. Okay. This is the first dungeon area, so rappies might be all they have. Well, I went a different way at first, and I ran into something very strong that cast Foy and destroyed me. So, good thing is with the setup, if you want to do the same commands again, you just hit the go icon and it'll repeat the last one. Yeah, I did. I'm kind of getting that. I'm kind of seeing that is just doing whatever I did last. Which is quite nice, actually. This map is also definitely something. I see that, like, it looks like dungeons and things are marked on it in the up left circle here where I am. I know we've got, like... So I'm guessing that that's... I can kind of follow that, at least to see where things are. They talked about interstellar travel in the opening, so I'm guessing that's what it's representing, although... it said we've regressed to medieval times, so if we get into space travel later, I mean, this is a generational story, I do know that. So we're taking place over many years, so that's possible. That's one of the things that made me interested in trying this game out, despite it being the black sheep of Phantasy Star. Along with Lamau funny glitches, but, yeah. Want to say so many things, but can't say them because it would be spoilers. I appreciate that you do not want to say them because spoilers a thing. Oh, fun, poison. I didn't bring any fucking dimate or whatever the item is. Fun. Yeah, that's persisted. Okay. What the hell is... Okay, let's try it, actually. But these things, the little guys first. Let's see what kind of... It does 3... Okay, it's just attacking, doing 3 damage to me. So that's fine. What is the thing from Final Fantasy VI doing in Phantasy Star? A Nano Frog. I do see that it is called the Nano Frog when it attacks. It is a weird baby dragon ass looking... Looks like Typhon from Final Fantasy VI. It does, actually. Yeah. Okay, let's heal from that. I don't know if the inn will heal the poison, but if not, I'll just go get a dimate. And use it, because I'm gonna go get items anyway. Oh, I don't even heal because of poison. Fun. Alright. Give me the fucking antidote. Alright. Also a couple more monomates. Also, is there any way to bulk buy stuff like that crazy? Because I'm buying monomates one at a time, and I'm like, ugh. Don't let it sneeze on you. Yeah, it's fun. I think poison is less about DOT and more no healing in this one. That's fair. I did notice it did not seem to be doing damage to me at any point. The music, like, randomly changing during battle kind of gets me. As for bulk, sorry, no. Fair enough. I will just buy my monomates one at a time and be aware of that. Okay, there's something over here. If I just keep going this direction. Hi. You look fun. It's a tad bit jarring with the inconsistent music. Mormos. Oh God! Are you almost dead? Okay. I better level up from that thing. It did fly and almost blasted my ass to the moon. Okay, so monomate is 30. Just solid 30. It's like the game has music for thinking about your attacks and another song for the fighting. And like auto seems to be its own music, I think, and it's... Alright, here's a very generic looking temple. A voice is heard from parts unknown. This is Laya's temple. Return with proof of Laya's blood. Stream keeps freezing on you and you get the never-ending spinny circle. Oof. Okay, there's another point around here, right? There's another mark at this point. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can not fight another Mormos. Yeah. I don't want him casting Fly on me again. Satellites! Hello, person. Very nasty enemy for early levels, especially with only one character. Yeah. He did some damage with Boy. I lived, but... Mew, I am not of Laya's tribe. I am an android, a Mew type. 580 years ago, I was created using forgotten skills and technology. You're a conspiracy theory? My power failed and I slept silently within this lake for a long time, but someone woke me up. Wherever I go, I'm hounded by people, but I'm not running away any longer. Take me with you. Okay. Do you have any equipment? Claw, wool vest, ribbon. Nice. Okay, you do have magic. Sun Force, Star Force, Moon Force, Sea Force. Very unhelpful for telling me what these... Ow! Okay. Kind, kill the Rappy. Mew. This targets ourself. I'm gonna assume Sun Force is a heal. Yes. Okay. And it's a Robo Girl. Anyone who fights with claws is good on my shit. Ow. Okay, let's try to... Those claws actually do pretty good damage. That is helpful. Sun Force, photosynthesis? I was kind of thinking of the Pokemon move synthesis, yeah. Claw Fighters rock in Phantasy Star. Okay, before I even anything more. Again, nothing unusual, I beg to differ. There is something happening here. Yeah, like, Nay was pretty good, and, so, yeah. We are here, kind gained a level. Might go pick up that two-handed sword for kind now, if I can afford it. It means I can't equip the shield, but... Rika's hands down your favorite of those, valid. You've been ambushed. Just a bull with a bird's head equipped with a fingerless sniper rifle. But yeah, now that we have Mew with us, I'm sure the ferryman will be happy to take us across. I hope he's a fan of Roboco-san, because that's who I got for you, dude. Mew gained a level. Tiny bit biased toward Phantasy Star 4. Understandable. Phantasy Star 4 is great. Also, I don't think I can afford the two-handed sword anymore. So that is too bad. Yeah, no, 260, jeez. hunter knife might be better than the regular knife, I suppose. But I need more monomates now. And a dimate for Muse MP. Yeah, like I said, I'm more charitable toward a game that was crunched in development, as this apparently was. Well, well, by all means, come join me on my boat. You know, I hear that a strong-looking man is guarding some gem in a cave on the other side. Hi, there's something under the water. Look beneath the waves. Yeah, do you see that sunken palace? I was about to point it out. The story of that palace has been memorialized in song. It's an old traditional ballad. The fortress's people, thirsting for the dark god's power, turned to the darkness and called forth its name. Orakio, angered, thrust down his black sword and in sea's depths sealed fortress and dark name away. Interesting. PS3 was so crunched, like trash compactor levels. Yeah, and it was a new team, and they were crunched, and it was just not good for anyone. So, humor me crazy, do you know what all of these do? I saw that Sunforce is a heal, but I don't have, you know, the manual or anything for this game, so Star Force, I'd imagine, cures status. I don't know what Moon and Sea would do. And oh boy, this sound. Not offhand? Okay, that's fair. Okay, C-Force affects us, apparently. As does Moon Force. Mega Man Star Force. Strong man is guarding a gem in the cave. Hi. Take him out immediately, then the Mormos. Because the Mormos is disgusting. I don't want it casting 4. Cool. Now we can fight the Nanofrog. Gonna check the Phantasy Star Cave. I'd appreciate it. Now that's music I recognize right off. They look spooky, and that was 5 of them. So aren't the normal names that she has on those? This, may not be the original translation of the game, I will admit. I am not, entirely... I got this from a dubious source, I'll say that. Try your best. Or should be named Rez, Giris, Rever, and Anzu. And they do... Res obviously heals. That's a name that is in Phantasy Star. That's in PSO, it's Resta, I think, but yeah. Res. Sun must be Res, yeah. So that's always healing in Phantasy Star. Res, Resta. Naming scheme. Okay. I'll figure it out, I guess. They all affect the party. Moon is Gira's, which is Res level 2. Okay. Potentially, yeah. But none of it is attack magic, so that's kind of what I need to know. Yeah, Anti is Antidote, so that's probably Star Force. And so C would be Rever. Okay, these things aren't too bad. They were kind of scary at first when 5 of them popped up, but this should be fine. Star could be Rever and C could be Anti. Yeah, we'll see. We'll figure it out as we go, I suppose. You can one-shot these guys, so that's neat. Well, poison. We're about to find out. Which of these is Anti? C for Anti would make some sense. Water washes away. Okay, that's affecting both of us. Does Anti affect party? I'm gonna say no? No, that's Rever. Okay. I believe. That's Star is Girez. Gi is group. Okay. And I'm out of TP. I brought a Diamate. But I'm gonna guess Moon is then Anti. My controller. Cool. Ah. And now my controller is fucked. Were you able to try C? It didn't help. It did not Anti. So... And then I had no TP for Moon. So... I'm guessing Moon is gonna be Anti in this context. Okay, my controller freaks out when I plug it into charge, so I'm just gonna give it a minute to charge. And we're gonna proceed. Or I could see if I can config. Yeah, no. Okay. Alright. Yeah. Let's head back for now. Mew also has order techniques. Okay, yeah, I saw something else on the other side there. It was like law, chaos, unbalance. I was like, alright. Supposed to be named Fambi, Forza, Nasak, Shu. Yeah, knowing the source I got this from, this may be someone retranslating the game to skew closer to what the Japanese was. I'd believe that. Rever is a revive. So that C-Force, I think, is Rever. Now, do you have an antidote? You do not. So that's what I need for anything. Can someone stop my brain from thinking about Cornholio when I read TV? I am the great Cornholio! Any tea for my bumhole? Nakamako! Electricaka! 5-minute setup per person in. Yeah, I intuited that. But it was 10 now because I had 2 party members. Hi! Bombi raises attack power. Forza is a 1 enemy insta-kill. Nasak is a sacrifice healing technique that kills the user but restores the HP of the rest of the party. Shu raises defense. Noted. I'll have to figure out how they were retranslated, but it should be fine. This is music I've definitely heard before. Oh, he's hiding in the back. You surprise the enemy. Level from you. Two other technique groups in the game. Melee has Poison, Gransu. Yeah, that's Fire, Wind, Grab. Yeah. And from other Phantasy Star. Time has Nair, Remit, Shiza, and Devon. Okay. Also weird that I used the A button to like interact with things in the overworld and the C button to bring up the menu in the overworld. But in battle I'm using the C button to confirm actions. Now increase speed, Remit increases escape chance. Shiza silences one enemy, Devon stuns one. Level for Kine. Kane, Kine. Marth, essentially. Stun only stops physical attacks. Yeah, that makes sense. It's physical silence, in a sense. Now we're leveling up at a good clip. Two special techniques, the ultimate offensive technique Megiddo and the ultimate defensive technique Grimes. Theoretically, Moon Force should be gonna win the battle. The name of the MC should be Reese. Mew is correct. Interesting. Moon did not heal poison. A bit confusing. Yourself. More poison. Let me get rid of a couple of these guys and then I'll figure out. try other stuff from here. Don't have enough tech points. It's a hack job fan translation? It might be. Ms. Lyle Amir kept me waiting long enough, didn't you? I was the one who stole your royal family's heirloom for a sapphire. Well, my comrades, perhaps we'll meet again somewhere. Lyle has the correct name, surprisingly. So we've only changed the main character so far, it sounds like. And the names of all the spells. So yeah, might have been a hack job translation. I feel like we can deal for now. I will probably go search for an official copy of this later. Hard to find these things. Was the NC's kidnapped bride on here? Marina. Apparently he was called Kine in the JP version. Okay, so this is skewing toward the Japanese in the way of, like, very strictly, like, exactly what it says. It's that kind of translation. Yeah, like it's the hyper-accurate translation that you always get for these old games, where it's someone who thought they changed too much in the localization and wanted to just accurately, just make this hyper-accurate skew, because they think it's better that way, question mark. Holy... That's a lot of you. Makes it confusing for those that played the game as their localized version. Yeah. It's, you always see this type. It's debatable whether this is a good thing to do, and depends on case by case, really. So the ribbon's held in the right hand. That's interesting. I feel like ribbon would be like worn on the wrist. And can definitely drop you a localized file for this game if you want. I'll definitely take you up on that. I think for now I'm gonna soldier on, continue the stream with this version. Right, we are gonna try and hopefully be okay. Fight! Boy, is what I was worried about. Yeah, I'm just hearing crazy, like, taught the spell names. I feel like they will be easier to remember if I look the localized names. It is hard to find old games anymore on internet. TM. us to the boat. First of all, antidote. I got 3 pages of inventory here. And then where is the big old tree? Cool, 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 cool. Ah, yes, my control. Yeah, it is what it is, with stuff like this, but I appreciate the, dropping the localized version. Just for the spell names, I think I'll switch over to it, for that reason alone. But it's, yeah. For whatever reason, the spell names may just be different in 3, but basically just counterparts to those other name spells from the other Phantasy Star game. Interesting. So, like, you know, I have no spoilers. Different setting, so change the names in the Japanese version. Localizers thought that's stupid and confusing, so they changed them back. And I agree with the localizers on that one. Honestly, like, if you have a series where you're using naming conventions, then, like, stick to them. Right? But this has been an interesting look, actually. Also, I have many money now. I can, go buy that two-handed weapon for Kine. Reese, whatever. Whatever we're gonna call him. It's held in both hands. I have leather armor, leather boots, so that should be fine for my defense. Could be because of setting in 3. It would kind of make some sort of sense with that. But it also makes not much sense to confuse the players. Yeah. Like I said, I definitely agree with the localizers on this one. That's stupid. And change it back. Yeah. Because you have a series with established names for things, just use them. I wonder if I can return here with the family heirloom that I recovered. Is the state and town front castle? Well, gates have been shut. Oh, our poor deposed prince. to visit the Technique Master from time to time. Okay, the gates are shut. That makes sense. The Ancient Ones used bizarre devices to somehow launch themselves into the sky from the Eastern Ruins. If you have the 4 Sapphire, you'll be able to enter the Eastern Cave. Oh, say. With the standard naming convention, I would be able to explain the whole magic system to you and how to get the higher powered versions of techniques. That's fair. Speaking of techniques, Technique Master, correct? This, Kine can't use any techniques. Makes sense, he has no TP. Oh! Interesting. Where you alter the power levels of your technique. Okay. Making one technique stronger requires the others to be made weaker. Yeah, okay, so the freaking scales with the symbols around the sides. Yeah. Yeah, because even, like, I played, like, you know, Phantasy Star Online and Phantasy Star 0, and it's like, Foy, Zon, you know, names I recognize. I would understand what they are, like, you know. I think it was Zio in Phantasy Star 0, actually. Or I'm thinking of Persona, because, yeah. Oh, buddy, that damage on Kine now. So... there was the temple over here. They said the Eastern Cave, but I'm gonna... because there was this temple over here. There's the cave, I presume. Yeah, just return with proof of Lia's blood. Corresponds to what corner they are for the symbols. Yeah, makes sense. The sapphire glows. High tech. Same kind of enemies, though. Jesus. Okay, I'm just gonna try if I can figure any of this. Okay, C-Force is anti. Which means that Moon Force is Rever. Okay. Chum! They have physical defense out the ass. A man's in the back row hiding. So he can cast Boy or something. Get out of here. So those off-kilter names in the order category would be your Fonbi, Forza, Nasak, Shu techniques. Which I have no clue. I think Chaos is Shu. Off of very little reason to believe it. Just. Alright, Night Arrow, thank you for stopping by and experiencing whatever we have been experiencing with a strange fan translation here. That Cave Wolf just did damage Hot damn. Sunforce kind, please. Ow. Okay, Moonforce's Rever? No? Damn. Shu's defense up. Yeah, I think Chaos is defense up, but Chaos would be Forza, which is the one enemy insta-kill. I'm pretty sure I tried using Chaos and it targeted the party, though. Rever isn't guaranteed. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I could just try him out. We got Raffies around here. I can just have Kind defend and try these out before I go heal again. Okay, so Law targets party. Just have a look at these. This targets an enemy, so I'm gonna guess this is Forza. I am going to succeeded. Yes. Okay. That is indeed Forza. So, or whichever is the kill. I don't know which one is kill. But that's the kill one. Forza is the only enemy target in order category. Yeah. So that's the one that kills. Law. It gave me, it buffed me somehow. And then this would be the one that, whichever one can only target Mew is Nasak. I feel like this is Nasak because that's the one that, like, sacrifices her to, like, heal the party, right, you said? So that's Nasak, I think. And then Chaos would be, that. Law is Fonby, yeah, so we have, thought it would only show Mew as a target. Maybe they changed that in this hack job. Entirely possible things. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'll go a little longer, and then I'll probably work on getting this swapped over to the official localized version. Antidote for both. A Diamate for Mew. Because you just never used it, that's fair. Never had the need to go to a grand sacrifice to save the rest of the party. Let's see if I can save without resting at the end. No, I do have to use it. Okay. But yeah, transferring the save over to a different ROM of the game is a simple task. At least with Fusion it is. It's wrong on the save thing. Happens to all of us. You play a game for like so long ago and it's like you're trying to remember stuff about it and you're also bewildered by the changes this fan translation made. Do I still have the knife equipped? I do. Let's go get the two-handed sword for King. Otherwise, this is gonna suck. Legit been over 25 years since you played Phantasy Star 3. Yeah. Would you agree with its, reputation as the black sheep of the Phantasy Star family, the original series? You only finished Generation 1, man. Yeah, I know it's a generational plot, so... Shuriken, man. That is a thing that I want to know what character uses that. Shield. Another shield. It is definitely the black sheep, yeah. Bye-bye. Look at that. Save again. Kine did get a level, so... Kane, Kine. I hate this spelling. Just gonna say that. Got to Generation 2 and saw that it was like starting a new game level-wise and said, nope! That do be how it is! Sometimes with that. I think it makes more sense for it to be like starting a new game level-wise, honestly. Depending on the scenario, right? Depending on what's happening in the plot and such. But, you know. If it's like Fire Emblem 4, Genealogy of Holy War, yeah. You're starting fresh level-wise because of the situation. Where the children are all separated from their parents, and then the parents die. Spoilers for Fire Emblem 4, sorry. And the first generation mostly die or go into hiding, and so the kids are just, like, have only been lightly trained by Oife, and that's it. So you're let alone it does it like that for each generation. I know there's 3 generations at least. I don't know if there's more than that potentially. And don't tell me because again, I'll just blind this shit. I found a new part of the map. What's this cave? Couldn't enter. Bang. Since you had guessed it, sorry. Well, if it, like, since I already, like, knew about 3, it was like, I was going for, like, maybe there's more. Don't tell me if there is, I'll find out, but, like, confirming that there's 3 is fine. Yeah, no, the stream delay gets you there, you're fine. And confirming that there are 3 is not as, like, much a thing, like... The stream does seem to be a bit delayed, presumably because of what's going on your end, where you keep getting buffered a lot, so... Good old Chum there has physical defense out the ass. Smelly satellite internet delay, yeah. Is as is. Oh god, no, that confirmed got hit fast. Those things were doing big old damage, and I don't want to fight 2 of them. 1 maybe hit me with that. Especially if I surprise the enemy. Even that can fail? Good news is you won't have this issue come Thursday evening. Fair enough. That is good. I will have to figure out what things are being done as far as me being able to stream and shit. But, yeah. That controller, though, it's having a time. I don't know why Fusion doesn't control when the controller is plugged in. Other things work just fine. So it's a thing we deal with. It's not a stream without scuff, right? I am the scuff! I am the hype! Also, this is already gonna be labyrinthin as all shit. Oh, Barda, fun! Night, Oddity. Thank you for coming by. No. That's a comp I look at and say no. I will pick my battles in this, thank you. You surprise the enemy. Rashila attack. Gains level. Okay. Get rid of that thing. Gra is fine. It's better than this thing attacking me. Perish, please. Okay. Effectiveness is 14 for 5. Jeez. Jeez Louise, what is that? She's poisoned, right. Huh? Wait, I know this is the one that cures poison. Yeah, huh? Confusion. Huh? I think the game's broken, guys. I think it's broken. Something ain't right, that's for sure. Probably gonna clip that later just for the sheer confusion. Cause, yeah. Okay, hang on. Yeah, even though I'm pretty sure it only takes 4, which I have. Holy. Okay, we have crossed over here through the cave. Here is a temple. This is also a Laya temple. Yes. Okay, I read the enemy names there and I was like, Cheep Cheep, Mario, Fish. Fish? Fishing village of Rysel. This world will most probably perish from cold and starvation. Oh dear. It does seem cold. In the midst of 4 fortresses lies the key to meeting the child of the desert. In the midst of the night, lit by 2 twinkling moons, lies the key to meeting the child of the seas. Those will be important later. This country has been plunged into winter. The fishing boats can't leave port. We can do nothing but starve and wait to die. Alright, well I think I'm going to hit the inn, call it here. But I do want to thank everyone for coming out to this and me experimenting with a game I hadn't played. I'm gonna let my controller charge and shit. And we'll see. I'll probably switch over to the official localization for if I continue streaming this. Because I do still want to see more of what it has to offer before I make a decision. But it definitely has a vibe that is strange and interesting. Yeah. I'm going to cut the VOD on YouTube. Thank you to everyone who watched over there. The VOD will always be available for the later viewing.